Hey guys, the Creator13 here. We all know what a record disc is, right? The thing your grandma used to listen to instead of Spotify when she was little. Well, this little game called Minecraft, it's very, very unpopular. You would not know it. It has some of these record discs too. So today I'm going to be ranking all of them. Just a little side note, I'm recording this in 1.21, so if any discs are added after, they won't be in the list. So yeah, like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's hop into the video. Alright, first we're going to start off in F tier at number 19, disc 13. This disc was one of the first added alongside Cat in April 2010. The reason that it's last is that it's one of the 3 discs with little to no actual music. But this is definitely the worst one of the 3. The only thing it contains is various cave sounds and someone walking around in water, so I feel safe to put this one last. Number 18, disc 11. It presents the same problem as 13, with little to no actual music, but the lore implications are at least a little interesting. Next, we have number 17, blocks. I know what you're thinking, why not place 5 or stal here? Well, the reason this is so low is that the slow section, in my opinion, is absolutely terrible. The rest of the beat is okay, but not my favorite. I used to love this when I was little, but it lost its charm over the years. Alright, moving on to D tier, we have number 16, Mall. I enjoy the relaxing, slower tempo, the background music, and the maracas, but it feels very out of place among the other discs, which are a bit faster. It sounds a little trippy compared to most of the other discs, and doesn't have enough C418 charm. Number 15, disc 5. This is definitely my favorite out of all the lore discs, as I'm calling them, but I still wouldn't listen to it for fun. I like the transition from the cave sounds to the army marching, and the creature roaring transitioning to the piano intermission is the highlight of the track. It reminds me of in The Matrix when Neo and Trinity are flying in that spaceship and they go like above the clouds. So yeah. The sparkle sounds are pretty cool too. Still isn't great though, and it's mostly random cave sounds, but you know. On to number 14, Stal. This song would be amazing if it weren't for the flute. So this was one of my absolute favorites when I was little, until I realized how annoying that recorder was. Yeah, this one's a really nice jazz track with a nice beat, until it gets randomly intersected by a recorder playing the most obnoxious melody possible. I'm gonna grab the microphone here. Obnoxious! The most obnoxious. Most obnoxious. It's really annoying. If it were just the jazz parts, this would have been at least number 5, but because of the stupid flute, I'm gonna have to put it here. Next is number 13, Creator Music Box. The track is a very short version of the Creator song, but only in the music box style. The music box replaces short sections of the guitar melody and the intro from Creator, but it also has a little original section at the beginning. This one's okay, but I'm docking points for unoriginality. For number 12, we have Precipice. Ooh. This song was all over the place. There were church bells, electric guitars, a stylophone, a piano, buzzing. I think there was a drum kit somewhere in there. It was a lot. It was also really, really energetic and fast-paced, and I got swept away pretty quickly with all the new instruments coming in. Where Mall was groggy, this was the exact opposite. At the end of the track, it slows down a little, which is a relief, but still, this is everywhere, so I gotta put it in D. Okay, you guys aren't gonna like this one. Don't get mad. But kicking off C tier, I'm just gonna say it, is number 11, Cats. Please don't send me death threats in the hot take, but this one is just alright. The melody is nice and upbeat, and I like whatever instrument's being used here, but compared to the absolute bangers going on, like Chirp and Creator, this one doesn't hit as hard. Don't get me wrong, I was bopping, but not as hard as for the S tier songs. At number 10, we have Strad. I really like the steel pan on this one, and even though it has just as many, if not more elements than Precipice, they all come together beautifully, and it's a good pace, too. It's not too fast at all. I think it's a solid song. Not great, but this is something I would listen to while doing homework. Number 9, Relic. This sounds like a remix of an old, NES soundtrack. Aaron Sheriff did a great job on this one, but it's still not my favorite. I think the background sounds are what's making it a meh. If they were gone and it was just the 8-bit sounds, this would be a lot higher. Mellohi starts B tier at number 8. I really enjoy the minor tone guitar that spans the track, and I like the piano and hi-hat coming in. It reminds me of Trolls. Yes, I've seen Trolls. When they go to the evil town and everyone's emo and blasting gorillas. Overall, solid track, would recommend. Next we have number 7, Wait. The hard beat at the beginning slaps pretty well. There's a weird buzzing throughout the piece, which it kind of grew on me, but it's a little odd. But I did warm up to it. The beginning part definitely carries the piece. Not to say the rest is terrible, but the beginning is still the best. Pigstep is number 6. This whole song reminds me of Space and Zero G, especially the parts with the high-pitched guitar part. The tuba is iconic and very fitting of the nether environment where it's found. The tapping reminds me of bones, which is also a prevalent theme in the nether, and the synth is definitely the best instrument here. The solo is really cool and sounds like a spacesuit's like low oxygen beeping. Overall, pretty good song. A tier starts with number 5, Ward. I'd say this is the most well-rounded out of all of them. Besides maybe Creator. We'll get onto that. The organ playing the Funeral March by Chopin is in a different key with the crackle is very cool. I like it a lot. The high buzzing comes in along with a series of high notes. This song as a whole reminds me of Creepers, although I can't put my finger on why. I really like the beat drop, and when it turns into a techno song, it really works. Amazing song, 9 out of 10. Next is Chirp at number 4. I really like the 70s thing going on at the beginning. Not quite sure what instrument that is, but pretty cool. The saxophone throughout the song reminds me of Careless Whisperer. And surprisingly, I like the slow section. It was pretty cool. And the 80s twinkle sound is really nice. Throughout my 11 years of playing Minecraft, I've always loved this song. This has been and continues to be a banger. Last for A tier, we have number 3, Far. This song is a banger. I love the high notes throughout the song, and the elements come together nicely. The middle part sounds almost like the Harfoot theme from Lord of the Rings with the marimba. I like the tapping with the piano close to the end, especially in the crescendo part. I don't know why I said park. It's a little odd. Kicking off S tier with our silver medalist, we have Otherside at number 2. The song is an absolute banger. It is truly phenomenal. The trumpet is really nice throughout the piece, especially right before the slow part when it changes sound. I like the tambourine in there along with the whirring. It sounds really, really nice. The flute included actually sounds good for once, and the beat drops slap. The ending is okay, but it doesn't diminish from this absolute legend of a song. And lastly, our Olympic gold winner, drumroll please. Creator at number 1. I didn't pick this just because I'm named the creator, okay? Another banger put out by Lena Rain. The music box is the same as in Creator Music Box, but the other elements make it better. The beginning section reminds me of The Haunting of Bly Manor show on Netflix. I watched that with my mom, and that's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. When the clarinet comes in, it transforms the vibe to a really cool, like, steampunk sounding thing, which is really cool. And the background guitar sounds like gears. An electric guitar comes in at the end and is the absolute highlight of the song. I'm a sucker for electric guitar, and the reason I didn't mention it in Precipice is because it was overshadowed by, like, literally everything else, but, you know. But the disc mixes the guitar with the other elements perfectly while still feeling Minecrafty. 10 out of 10, nothing can top this. Alright, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Please don't commit arson in the comments because I didn't mention the dog track at the end of Cat. Comment below whether you like my new glasses and the amount of editing I've done, so, yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.